like, hey guys, this is Jonathan Henderson with Pressure Washing Marketing Pros, and I'm with Brett of Xtreme Wash. How you doing, man?
Doing good, man. Doing
That's,
good.
that's good. Getting that Detroit sun out there, man. Usually the sun's not out there in Detroit.
Not too often, but it's been a nice couple of days here, so we're enjoying it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So thank you for taking the time to go ahead and join me. When it comes to just knowing more about your exterior cleaning business and when it comes to, your experience working with us. So the first question I want to go ahead and ask you, my friend, is going to be what got you into exterior cleaning? What's your background, your company, all of that? Like, how are you guys outfitted right now?
So what got me into it was really looking, I kept looking for a different avenue to take in my life. I was doing road construction and I just seen a lot of people in my area that were looking for the service. They were looking to get their deck redone. They were looking for their driveway clean, looking for house washing. And so we started there. Started just one man truck, just me and myself, and power washer on wheels. I think it was a 4 gallon minute power washer, pushing it around, and I was doing it on the weekends in between our work schedule that I had at the time. So that's what started it, and then I did that for about a year, and then a year and a half, COVID hit. COVID was like a blessing for me. It got real bad here in Michigan about 3.5 years ago, and that pushed me into being laid off. And I had to go pressure washing full time, and we've been doing it full time ever since. So about 3.5 years, 4 years full time, a year and a half part time, and now we're two trucks. My wife works for me. We we're doing pretty decent. I'm not saying we're the best or the biggest company, but we do good in our area. And yeah.
All right then, man. That's good. So elaborate more on how COVID was a blessing for you in that sense, because I know that you have some stories like other people we've interviewed as well, where they definitely had come from a background of being laid off or whatever it was. How was that a blessing for you?
Well, because I was always nervous to pull the trigger
Mhm. To go full time?
to go. My bad. My phone went black for a second. I was always nervous to pull the trigger to go full time. So when COVID hit, I had no option. I was laid off from work. My wife was laid off. So I kind of had to go full. It was either all or nothing at that time. I had everything I had into the pressure washing now. We put all our money into it, advertising, because I was making no money at work. I was laid off. My wife was laid off. So we just put all our eggs in one basket and went, full bore with pressure washing. So we started advertising, well, Google ads, and then we tried other advertising that didn't work out so great. But we made it work, and we did a year or two with one truck. After a year or two, we were fortunate enough to add a second truck, and then we were kind of at a standstill though. We got there pretty decent on our own, but then we needed help getting a little further, and that's when we called you.
I understand, man. So what struggles were you having with your marketing beforehand? Because I know you were talking about like some marketing avenues didn't work and some of the things. So what were some of the things that you were doing when you first started and some of like the difficulties that you had in the beginning?
So when I first started, we were just pretty much all Google ads, and then we had a website that we kind of made just through GoDaddy. And then so the next step was we found someone to make the website and do SEO. Well, we used him for about a year and a half, and I don't know if anything changed, honestly. And we didn't see no pros from it, and the cons were just blowing money for no reason. It's not like he brought us any business that I noticed at all. So kind of thought it was a waste of money. And so we kept pretty much we're just using Google ads. We were doing like door hangers and yard signs and stuff like that, doing local things to get our business name out there. But other than that, it was pretty much just always has been Google Ads that has got us work, but we knew that we needed something more. You know, you if you want to get to the top, you need more than just one. You can't just put it all on Google Ads and think you're going to do great. I mean, you'll get work, but obviously you want more than just that. So
Mhm.
we would, we talked to other SEO companies. There's a couple guys in my area that do it. They got a business doing it. We talked to other SEO companies, and it just we were looking for someone that we knew if we paid, it would be worth it, and we did. We came across you, man, and talked to you, and everything sounded good. And so we decided to go with you.
Yeah, pull that trigger, man. So that's a good segue into how has it been working with us? I know that we built you a website. I know that we started doing some SEO stuff. So, or I think we started the SEO. I know the website was the website was finished beginning of this year around January, February timeframe. I know that we finished some aspects of it in March. So really right now we're September of 2023. It's been 6 months maybe we've done the SEO, right? And so since it's been that 6 months, kind of tell me what happened like this year, you know what I mean? Or just not even this year, but just working with us for your business.
It's been great, man. It's been awesome, really. We had
Dog agrees.
you
Even the
built
dog
this
agrees,
web.
man.
Man, of course. Dog comes outside, but I'm trying to. So we had you build the website, and I mean, I'm pretty picky about a website. So, as you remember, I had a couple requests. So you built us a website, what, like you said, 7 months ago. The website is absolutely amazing. We absolutely love it. Then the SEO right away. I mean, I think as soon as you publish the website, we started because as everyone's gonna check how their website's doing. We started checking right away, and I think as soon as you published the website, I seen better results than before. After we spent a year and a half paying someone to advertise our website and didn't see results as much as we see in literally a month or two after you posted, you published the site, So then, I mean, we still check it often, and it's definitely ranking for about every keyword we've asked you to do, or every city, and we've definitely seen a lot of results from it, more than I expected this quickly. Like you said, it's only been how many months? 6 months that you've been doing it, and we can definitely tell, and I would say that we've increased quite a bit of workflow from it already, and definitely got our bang for the buck when we decided to go with you.
Yeah, man, and we appreciate that. I know you think that you're a trouble client, and not trouble client, but I know you're like, I'm really picky. But man, if you see how many requests we get in certain things, like it's just something that I tell my team that like that customer service aspect is first, right? Like we always want to make sure that we're hitting on all cylinders for you guys. And I know when you guys give us that positive feedback, it really allows my team and helps my team to go ahead and work even harder. Because I know you said you had your biggest May that you've had in business, right? Your
Oh
biggest.
yeah, I forgot about that. In May, that's been our biggest year that we've had, or biggest month we've had in 4 years. So I mean, we probably doubled every other month than
Mhm.
in May. We did double than what we've ever done in a month in May. And I know that's not just out of luck, you know what I mean? We've done 4.5 years of it, and May has never been what it's been this year. So that's obviously a result of, you guys and your team's work. May, I was blown away. I literally was. We stay busy, but you just get so busy you don't really realize like the work you're doing until you actually sit back and take a look. And I look back and I'm like, God damn. Sorry.
No,
I'm
no,
like,
no.
man, we did all that in May. I was shocked. That's why when I seen you at the convention, I had to tell you because, I was, yeah.
Yeah, man. No, and I appreciate that because because I know in the very beginning, and we don't mind. We love when you guys are hands-on in terms of like giving us feedback and knowing exactly what you want. Because as much in this business, as much as it is giving you guys results, I've also realized that half the game is just having good customer service. Like even if you want a page implemented, or even if you have questions, or you want this, that, and the other, I realize that the aspect of it is just us giving you those answers as well. Because if somebody can, which I don't think they can, because I think we're the best at what we do, but let's just say somebody got a hands on our SEO blueprint, right? They can modify it, they can do what they need to do for it, but it's going to be the other intangibles, right? Like discussions and all of that. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I know you were very hands-on in those first couple of months, but I know, man, after May and on, it was like, damn, I can hardly get in touch with this dude. You know what I mean? Right. But
Yeah, that's what I mean too. Like I didn't touch on that really is, I was very hands-on. I did a lot of everything myself. And when you guys first took it over, I was probably a pain in the butt, because I'm like Grosse Pointe. I'm like, that's our big city, keep on it. And I kept making emails, it'd be midnight. I'm sending you an email, and I knew that it was probably a lot, but it took adjusting for me. But after a couple months, when I seen the website go up and I seen shit, I didn't make an email or send an email or make a call since. I
yeah, no,
pretty much left it in your guys' hands because I knew it was getting done right and it was getting done good.
yeah, man. And
Yeah,
like I said,
man. Dude, I'm sorry. I came outside to get away from my son, my 4-year-old, and it's like
no, man,
every
he can join us.
vehicle drive by.
No, man, we can't really hear anything, man. So it's all good. I can't hear any of that in the background. So you're all good.
Yeah.
And if he wants to join, man, he can have a little cameo session because I don't want to take up too much of your time. But like I said, the only thing is, man, is that what is the main concern that you had that kind of prevented you from, website and SEO services? I know one of them you hit upon was like, nothing getting done, but was there any? If there's not, you don't have to say any, but you can say if that was your main one.
Well, there is. SEO is like a tricky thing. Well, how I look at it is because you invest in it for in the long run. It's not like let's say a Google ad type deal where you pay and it's like
Immediate.
you're gonna get it that day or that night or next week or where you're gonna see it. You're giving money to someone saying like we're gonna get you up here, but it's gonna take a little bit of time, but trust me, we'll get you there. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
it's not an overnight thing. It might take a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. So that was always the tricky thing to me is that it was always hard for me to trust someone to do it. And then, like I said, I went through somebody already. We had used someone prior that made, I'm not going to say guarantees, but they tell you like, hey, we're great at what we do. We'll get you on the first page. We'll get you ranking for this, this, and this, and then you give them money for, let's say 8 months and you don't see no results. And it's like, so then I would take a break. I'm like, all right, I'm not going to mess with the SEO thing. I'm just going to put money in Google Ads and do other type of advertising, yard signs, door hangers, the normal. But like I said before, if you want to really get to a point in your business or your career where you're not just working hands on every day, you're not just self employed, you're actually a business owner, you need more than that. You need a good SEO person to do your website and advertising online for you. So that's when we started looking. And I mean, we came across you, thank God, because we've given you money and we've seen great results. And I mean, the work speaks for itself. So you've done great. That's all I can say is that you've done awesome. In the beginning, I remember you told me that it wasn't, that you thought you could do good for us in our area and that it would be pretty quick because of the competition. And you were right, I mean, I live in Detroit, Michigan, and Detroit's pretty big, and I think we're already on the first page. We might be number 3, I think, on the first page.
Something like that, anywhere between 3 to 5. Yeah, right now,
Right.
currently September. Yeah,
Right.
like 3 to 5, or like number 3, number 5 in Detroit. So yeah.
And that's only within not even a full summer. You know what I mean? And So we were nowhere on the board in Detroit before, you know.
Mhm.
We were in one city. That's what the guy did for us before. He had us ranked for one search phrase,
Mhm.
power washing Gross Point. That was it.
Yeah, and I remember telling you, man, I said, look, man, I know we're gonna take about 3 or 4 steps back on that ranking, but I promise you we're gonna take like 5 to 6 steps on every other ranking, you know? So yes, that other ranking, because I tell guys, right? It's just like if certain aspects of your pressure washing business, if you only, of course, if you only focused on like, let's just say driveway cleaning in your business, of course, you're not gonna be able to focus on other particular services that you have, right? So then at that point, are you really growing your business if you're only doing driveway cleaning services? No, you're not. You want to invest into other type of services that you have. And that's kind of what I wanted to do with you as well. I was like, look, man, we're gonna take 3 to 4 steps back on this keyword, right? But
Right.
it's gonna be at the cost of us ranking for a whole bunch of other keywords. You know what I mean? So I'm glad you definitely trust us, man, when it comes to all of that. That's what we really try to do because I know people have gotten burned. And I know that, like, look, that's why we don't offer contracts. We say, look, we're going to work with you month to month. There's no contract with this. We're going to prove our work to you every single month, right? So that you know that we're doing what we need to go ahead and do. So with that being said, man, do you have any other thing that you would like to add?
Yeah, I mean, other than, I watched your video. This is how I came across you, is I seen other videos, and I just, if anyone sees it, like, for real, you're the real deal, and that I wish I would have came across it a long time ago, your video, or met you somewhere, or seen your info online when I looked before, because I wouldn't have wasted so much time and money and trying to save, $100 a month on SEO and going the cheaper route. Because at the end of the day, it's a waste of money. So why not put a little bit more into it and get a lot more back? You pay for what you get. If you want to pay the guy that's offering it $200, you probably get the results of paying $200. And we started with you. It costs a little bit more, but it was a half a job more a month. You know what I mean? It's definitely worth it. And I would encourage anyone that comes across your stuff to go with you, because it's been awesome. You guys are great. You guys answer our emails within 10 minutes. We send you an email, someone responds right away. We send you a picture to upload on the site. It's done that day. It says within 24 hours, but usually it's done in like an hour, and that it's just been, I mean, hands down, it's been pretty much perfect. You know what I mean? I don't think I could give you something that's been wrong. It's been perfect, and we'll continue and see where it goes from here. I think we'll kill it. Like you said, it's been awesome.
Yeah, man. And you're doing things to grow your business, right? Because I say with SEO, it's not just about like, of course, we can do all the optimizations that we can possible, but we have to, like, you've been getting the reviews, man. You've been doing other aspects of marketing. You already had a good foundation. So while I would like our team to take a lot of that credit, you also deserve a lot of the credit too, because what I tell a lot of people is that, man, if you came to us, you have been in business for 2 months, you know what I mean?
Right.
Having a different conversation right now because you allowed you, and what I say to people is that SEO shouldn't be one of those things that like generates, like just automatically creates business for you. It should be one of those things that you add to the fire, right? So you already have a fire going, whether how big it is, but you need a damn fire going, then that adds to it, right? So you already had those reviews. I looked at it when you submitted that contact form. I looked at your stuff, man. Me personally, I did. I remember it. I still remember it till this day. I looked at a person, I was like, oh, we can definitely help this dude out, man. Let me give him a call. We can definitely help out this guy. Because
Right.
I saw you had the reviews. I saw that you already were like advertising on Google Ads. And so those are some of the things that we look at for good clients, is that we know that they're already advertising. They don't expect us to like be their Lord and Savior when it comes to their business, because we understand the ebbs and flows and how things get slow. Things are fast in certain months. And like I said, your website's an asset. You own that bad boy, man. So it's one of those things that for you, especially with times that we're coming up across, because it's September 2023 right now. And the reason why I say that is because somebody might see this video, a year from now. Who knows, right? It's
Right.
September,
Right.
it's September 2023. And the way that I look at it, like going into next year, man, we don't know what's going to happen, right? With the presidential election, the economy. But now I tell people, you're investing into your website, you're investing into an asset that even with, if things were to get quote unquote worse, you're still visible to where even if things are like that, you're like, look, I may have not made as much money as I did in 2023 or before that, but I know I set myself up in a position to where I'm always going to be in the ball game, right? I recession proofed my business.
Right, right. And that's what you just touched on is what I was trying to say. I just didn't know how to say it. Where
Oh, good.
when SEO isn't like that was, it should just be a tool in your toolbox. We came to you knowing that like you weren't gonna just like turn us from broke to rich overnight. I mean? We know it's investment. It's one of your tools in your toolbox to, do your work. You got Google Ads, you got other types of advertising, and then you got SEO. And that's what I was trying to say is that like, you can't just expect, SEO to make or break you. It's going to help you build that business and the foundation, and that's what you've been doing. We wanted to show up more than just within like a couple mile radius of our main location. And that's what you're doing. Today I did a job myself in Shelby Township, Michigan, and that's about a 35-minute car ride from us, and without you, we wouldn't have got out there. That's one of our landing pages that you guys have built is pressure washing Shelby Township, Michigan, and that's, I got a job, we were in Shelby Township today, to whereas before, like, we were always in one city, Grosse Pointe.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I understand that. So that's why I said, man, taking 2 steps back to take 5 steps forward, right? So
Right.
I really appreciate your time. I really appreciate all of that, man. Like I said, look, I know for you, man, you got your wife, your kid, all of that other kind of stuff probably waiting for you, man. So I don't want to go ahead and stop you from that. But once again, man, I really appreciate you for joining this call. It helps other guys that may look at this video and may help them, know your certain situation and be like, hey, I relate to Brett and his situation. Whether they use us or not, they can just relate to your situation and all of
Right.
that. Whether it's you, starting in COVID, taking that leap, going full time, all of that. So really appreciate your time, Brett. Like I said, man, and we'll continue to kill it for you.
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate you guys, and we look forward to it.
Yes, sir. All right, then we'll see you later, guys.
All right, man. Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.